It's a perfect day outside to go out and try the new build I've been working on, the CAPO SIXER 1. This is a 1/6 scale samurai. Now you got it, it is missing its top right now. In fact, I thought this would be a good opportunity to see how some of the animatronics work in here. I did switch my gear shifter from the outcry of viewers in my last video that don't understand a hobbyist can set up his stuff however he sees fit, but I had it hooked up to steering to help you guys even see and have it demonstrated easy. Because you'll notice today when I have it hooked up to throttle, for example, you'll barely see it moving because with a crawler it's not like you're really hard on the trigger and off the trigger. Some of you guys said maybe hook it up to high and low gear, and I totally encourage you guys to hook up yours however you see fit. Again, I don't really do a lot of shifting when I'm out there, and I think for filming purposes it's always easier to see it when it's hooked up to steering. But just to get everybody untriggered, there you go, he's going to shift with the throttle. I love that Capo gave me an animated figurine. It's very awesome. Thank you to those guys. It's been 6 years of amazing work with Capo. I will put the lid on in a few minutes, but I thought it would be great to kind of see this out there rolling around in the light and have a listen to how it sounds. Now, one thing you'll hear rattling is this old plastic World War II gas canister. It's not secure in there, so you'll hear a little bit of rattling, but not too much. Open differential at the moment. It is a remote locking diff, and if those of you that watched the build video of the motor and internal transmission today, you will get to see this in action, of course. Very smooth, that belt driven transmission. I think it's absolutely a genius idea. Now, considering putting in a sound kit into this, but for you guys today, of course, considering how you guys love your new kits nice and quiet, you can hear how it goes. Listen to the smoothness. Low gear. We're going to see how that suspension does today for a scale truck. Being 6 scale is nice because it's a little bit larger and can handle more obstacles. But here we go with the open diffs. Yeah, so I'm getting a little bit of slippage there, not a big surprise. Let's get in and have a look at it. Beautiful tires, guys, I love it. Just do my shoulder check, yeah, everything's fine, back up. Okay, now I'm going to turn my diffs, lock them up on my dial. You guys can check out the last build where I assembled the electronics to see that in action. Now we should be able to climb up here. At least the tires are spinning. Oh, it's steep. I'm getting into a steeper zone here. Should have used a little more wheel speed. There it is. Of course, get them coming down. What a great crawl. Let's go get that lid on. Now this is pretty simple. It's just 2 screws. So there's 2 clip points in the front, right? Here's one of them right here. And then another one over here. It's like right in the frame. These are aluminum or whatever the frame is made out of. I think it's aluminum, and there's 2 right on the back. And then what you do is you take the lid and you just slide it down into place And then there's 2 screws that attach it down here, and that's it. Well, isn't it a beaut, eh? I believe others call it a Jimny, if I read that right from the comments section. I gotta say that Capo did an outstanding job on the scale features of this vehicle. Even working windshield wipers, though they seem to scratch the windows, I'm gonna put a small layer of rubber on there so I can actually clear water, but let's get this thing out moving around. So the crawling gear, and then I'll switch it up to the second gear. Woo! That's a 40 turn brushed motor I have in there, right? So that's got quite a bit of jam for a 40 turn on a 3-cell. Hear stuff rattling around in there. Belt driven. I like that. That sounds good. Now you guys are gonna want me to do size comparisons here pretty soon, hey? I'm gonna say this is the good, you know, like it's wider than a 10th scale. It's definitely not larger than my Craigsman. The Jeep, the Craigsman Jeep is bigger, but the actual like inside, everything about this vehicle is large. If it was a 10th scale, I think it would have come off as too small. But thankfully as a 6 scale, you can still blend into the 10 scales or the 8 scales. And when you have lock diffs, you definitely do that little crow hopping as you go around the corner. Look at that, so unlocked right there. Look at how much articulation I have though. So I don't mind leaving it open right now just so you can see it. And then look how much drop suspension I have in the back. I did put a spring in the damper just to kind of solidify it with the extra weight of the back tire. Now, this is simple, right? Can't get out. Got a full drag brake. I'll just lock up that differential. And away you go. Listen how quiet it is. It's a simply beautiful machine. Wow. Oh, gotta watch it, hard body. Big piece of metal right here that could take a big chunk out of it if I wasn't careful. Can we get it down? We're side hilling. Oh. Just in time. See, always be aware of where your vehicle could fall down when you're taking your lines, hey? Be on the lookout. He wants to slide again. But I think we're almost close enough to the bottom. If I turn into it and bring my nose down, I should get out of this. Lock diffs for the win. Let's get out of lock diffs. Completely unlocked. And then switch into second gear. Woohoo! Well, there you go, guys. There is your initial look at the CAPO SIXER 1. No, I don't have any tint on my windows or any kind of protective film. Shame on you guys for thinking that I would have had that on there. What do you think of the CAPO SIXER 1? Has it knocked your socks off? Is this something that you would go out and seek out and maybe try one out with your buddies on the trail? Let me know in the comment section down below, and pretty soon we'll head out onto the trail with this and see how far it can go. Yeah, until next time, guys, get outside and have fun with RC. Woohoo! Going for days. What do you think, Raven? Can we do a size comparison? It's a pretty big truck.